back to my channel,
Life as Maya!
Guys, we're back on the couch. Y'all haven't seen the couch in a long time. You know we got back. Steph is back. Steph is back. But yeah, we're just gonna sit, talk about girls' life, how we are as friends, growing up as individuals, just all the things. But they don't need no icebreaker for it.
Yes. I don't know why.
10 likes and I'm a smacker.
Oh,
okay, you're good. But these girls don't need any icebreaker with each other. We're very all comfortable. But I do have a fun little game. I'm gonna play with them. So I went through videos, text messages, vlogs, and I got quotes that each girl on this couch has said before. So we're gonna go around. I'm gonna give everybody a quote. If they guess it right, they're safe. If they're wrong, they have to take a shot of one of these mystery drinks. Some is good, some is disgusting. Good luck.
That's what we find out. Wait, is everybody guessing or just the person that has the phone? We're gonna take the whole thing?
You don't have to go think. Just a sip.
Okay.
Shot or sip. I mean, say it or sip it.
Okay.
That's what we're calling it. You're first.
Did we all guess?
Just guess. You.
I'm guessing what I think so.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't know.
Too many voices, too many opinions. Now I'm stressed and overwhelmed. Are you locking that in?
Okay, you just.
No, it could be right, but I'm gonna ask everybody. Are you locking that in?
One more time. Too many voices.
Too many voices, too many opinions. Now I'm stressed and overwhelmed.
No, actually, Penny really said that. It's giving Penny or Sarah. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna say Sarah. I'm gonna go with my gut.
That was Steph. This was in the last video. We were talking about do you call your friend when you're struggling for an outfit? You said no. Too many voices, too many opinions. I'm stressing over.
I'm smelling them.
No. You have to pick the first one. You don't have to take the whole thing, but you have to sip it.
There's vinegar in this cup. Are you kidding me? There's vinegar in that cup?
Don't
be smelling
Let me see which one that is. Yeah, let me see.
It was a good
Just take it. Let me see which one that is.
These are vinegar.
It might be the.
No,
that's.
You can do it.
You gotta sit.
It's like we can take a shot at anything else. It wasn't that bad.
I like
vinegar. I wouldn't mind.
Okay, so you ready?
No. Oh God.
Okay. I texted him. No response for like an hour. I think I had to call him and say, "Did you get my text?"
That's got to be Sarah or Dang.
They just think we're unhinged.
Say it one more time.
I texted him. No response for like an hour. I think I had to call him and say, "Did you get my text?"
Sarah.
Locking that in?
Yeah.
Take a shot. I was trying to talk about it all. No,
I wouldn't be like, I have to text him. I would actually just. I was like, what's the context behind that?
No.
The story you told in my last video about the ex.
Oh, yeah.
What
I
is
texted him.
this?
No response. Let me see which one that is.
Mine.
She's
That smells like pepperoncini.
It is. It's pepper juice.
Okay.
That's not bad.
right?
It's like after a minute.
It's harder than we thought.
Yeah,
A little bit.
that was 0% right there.
Now we know it's not.
I'm
for
trying
Sabina.
to. No, there's multiple.
Oh, fuck.
There's multiple.
Oh, okay.
Like no why.
Okay, I got one.
I'm scared.
Okay, let's see how I can do this.
Woo!
I was tired. I didn't mind. I can sleep anywhere. I slept in the arm of the couch before.
Oh, shit.
I forgot it was that time.
It was Audrey though. It's okay. I have extra.
Why are you apologizing? I feel like you should get a shot just for that.
It was
Yeah,
Sarah.
we're breaking the rules.
It's
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Because I only got input.
She knows her brain.
I'm so
Ready?
sorry.
Everywhere, anywhere.
you're gonna see it.
Yeah, that's.
Are you looking at my phone, Tasha? Oh no.
No, she's actually good.
Okay. He thinks he's eating, but because I don't like him, he's not. He thinks he's eating. Okay, let me say it then. Let me try to do like that. He thinks he's eating, but because I don't like him, he's not.
Good night. Yeah.
Are you locking that in? Now take a shot.
Oh, I
didn't say that.
That was Tasha. Good night or Tasha.
Oh my, the pepper.
Oh no.
It's actually hot here.
No, I can't. I'm gagging.
Which was that?
It's soy sauce.
Yum.
Oh, you want it?
It just has to be a sip. You don't have to do a lot.
I want it.
Just a sip.
I like soy sauce.
Is she sipping? Actually, make sure she's sipping.
I would have done that.
You did it.
It's my bread.
Swallow.
Oh. That might have been soy sauce mixed with fish.
Fish
So-
sauce?
You don't want
Oh,
anything in that
I'm so
kitchen.
proud of
Kitchen
you.
can be
Rude.
rude.
Why couldn't I get bigger? I won't be down there.
No.
Y'all could have picked
Dang, nobody has got it right yet. It's crazy.
Get some water.
Yeah, where'd you get this water? You told me there was fish sauce in there. Oh, I feel like I said that like recently.
That was right.
Really?
That's what I
That
was for sure.
And then they asked me for evidence. My breath.
Okay. Y'all ready? Okay,
It's your turn.
It's your turn now. Okay, you guys ready? He may be insane and ugly as F, but boy's got a big brain.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
He may be insane and ugly as F, but boy's got a big brain. Danny? No.
It was not.
Hey, y'all suck. That was Dayana. You were talking about Elon Musk.
Oh.
Alright.
We be chatting.
Y'all really do.
Certified yawners. Dude, that was nasty. I'm not even like done with that. Like that's still in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
She probably got one.
Ginger beer. I hate you.
Ginger beer.
Wait, can
Okay,
just-
you ready?
I'm ready.
That's good.
Let me see the ginger beer.
Okay.
it's burnt.
Coming down.
When you choose people to be in your life and you let them in and they disappoint you, somebody's gonna die.
Whoa.
Sarah.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's right.
I know, but it sounded very serotonin.
It was definitely wow. The first one, Danny. Okay, Tasha, you ready?
No, but
Okay, you might know this one. I'm about to just start blaming things on my hormones as a woman.
I don't know. I want to think it's either like. I feel like it's like the three of them.
One of those three?
It's not Sabina. I want to say
I'll read it.
Scat.
Oh my god. Wait, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
You said that too. I'm about to start blaming things on my hormones.
Do you not remember? I don't, but I'm sure I said it.
You said it.
I thought that was
Sound like
me.
that.
Sound like me for sure.
Okay, Audrey. He doesn't even say bye to me. He just turns around and leaves. I texted him and said, no bye.
Who is it?
They have
Who's
been 3 for 3.
You're good.
He doesn't even say bye to me. He just turns around and leaves. I texted him and said, no bye.
Are you sure I didn't say that? That sounds like something I would
It
do.
wasn't you. Are you looking at it?
No. Yeah, I'll look at it.
It's Tasha.
I knew it.
I'm not gonna video watch my podcast episode if you didn't get it.
Right.
I like. No, I don't. I think I watched it. Yeah.
But
that
that
was
was like Maya just like reposted that everywhere. Like, no, why?
They call me dumb.
Please, like, that's it? That's it?
Right. That's it.
Let me try to say it like this. They call me dumb.
You know who.
You know.
You know.
Wait.
Is this
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
The high
I
people.
heard that.
Oh, God, you done booty.
Right.
You did like that.
Oh wait, Dayana, try this one, please. I see his friend with 2 girls at their Airbnb. Guess who's taking the picture? My boyfriend.
Oh,
Wait,
wait. I know.
I know this one.
I know what that is. I know who it is.
Wait.
Wait, I know who it is.
I
me.
Lock it in.
Okay, so here, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Are you profiling me?
Okay.
Like,
Are you profiling me?
well, no, anybody.
It gotta be tonight.
Yes.
She's the only one who said that.
Very
See, why
clearly.
do you like to know that?
I'm being profiled.
I thought I was
Okay, being the last one. Keep in mind, I trusted him. Keep in mind, I trusted him.
Is that quote longer?
Me?
No, that is the quote. It's not you. I wouldn't give you your quote.
Keep in mind. That's why they was calling you dumb.
Keep in mind. Yeah, that's what you say.
It does sound like
I
something
heard
I
2
would.
options.
Sarah?
No. It was Tasha.
Tasha.
Oh.
I'm like,
Tasha.
honestly, it's something I would say.
Right.
It is.
But okay, that was a cute little game. Clearly, only this side of the couch knows the girlies that well.
I'm
That's
not this.
you redeemed yourself first time.
That just means we're also
Make it-
similar.
That is true. Like some,
Any of us could say any of
the
this.
quote would definitely go for like other people. That's a good way to look at it, Diana. Okay, I'm gonna start off as always on Life is Maya. If you could name this chapter of your life, what would you name it? We can start this way since we went that way.
Okay. Me first?
Yes.
Shit. The name of like this chapter of my life?
The currency.
I would say the next step.
Ooh.
I like that.
Look at that next step. I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
Tasha.
What's it called? I don't know. I feel like I'm just closing like the most recent chapter or like my current chapter. I feel like I'm closing it.
Okay.
So I feel like my current chapter is like bucket. Right?
Period. That's your current or your next?
I think that's my current. I feel like my
Okay.
next one's more like lock in.
Okay, lock into it.
Yeah, that's good.
Dang, I should have thought about this. I would say mine is. Dang, a lot can happen in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That's the book, not the chapter. Yeah, that's my chapter.
I would say mine is enjoyment. I'm having a good time.
Love,
Yeah.
enjoyment,
I'd say mine is like cruising. Just like figuring things out.
love,
Cute. Learning to be soft.
learning to
Aww.
be.
Wait, that's cute.
That was the
Thank you.
I would say mine is like being intentional.
being into
Okay.
Yeah.
Are so grown.
Right. Mine would be protected and blooming.
She was a fairy.
Yeah.
She was a fairy.
Okay. So a lot of you guys said like next step, cruising, trying to figure it out, effing, like all the things. So who do you think you're becoming, and how is that from the girl you were last year?
Okay, I'll go. This is right here at the top of my dome.
Go ahead.
I said being intentional because I feel like clearly I said last time about like trusting the process. I don't know what process that was, but I would say now, like I'm very intentional, like my time, the decisions I make, like thinking long term, like how I spend my money, like what I invest in, like
Yeah.
money wise, and just like friends, family time, like all those different things. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing of like I'm thinking long term, like who do I really want to be? You know, looking back, not even a year from now, but like 5, 10 years in the future.
I love that.
Oh, because you know what? I saw this book. And really what did it? It was because this lady was talking about how you show up as the person you want to be now, like in the future. Because it's always like, okay, I want to be this type of woman when I'm like 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
But what am I doing now, you know, to get to that
To
point?
get to that point.
So I feel like I'm starting to show up a lot more now as a person I see myself like in the future.
I love that.
When you're showing up as that person you see as your future, though, do you ever feel imposter syndrome?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah. No, not in the sake of just like I can't get there, like I don't deserve it. I think it's just more so enjoying the present, but also thinking like I'm doing this for a reason. Like
Yeah.
I feel like for me, like you know, working for myself and stuff, like I show up to work. Some days I don't feel like doing that shit, but I'm just like, it's not about doing a service for somebody. Like you're thinking about your long term
Yeah.
of what you want your business to be, and it starts today.
Love that. You are who you think you are.
Come on,
Great.
Anyone else?
I wrote mine down, so
I wrote all these down, so I'll just say it.
Oh,
Prepared. I know. Wrong for it. I think I'm becoming someone who is genuinely just happy to their core. Not that I wasn't happy last year, but this year I'm just really happy.
Yeah,
I
I have input because I remember meeting you. This was about 3 years ago, summer 2022. Wow. And just every time I see you, I can see you getting happier. Not that you weren't happy before, but I definitely see a glow to you. Each time I see you, it just gets brighter.
So sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely happy. Everything you do,
Yeah.
I'm just a happy girl.
yes.
Have you changed anything now to become the happy girl?
No. Maybe my mindset. Maybe.
I used to be really anxious.
I used to be really anxious. I think I just grew out of it. I don't know.
I didn't think no. They thought I was gonna say you were gonna say Jesus. No. I was just like, no, that was not looking for that. I was like, there's no way you just become happy. You just start working out. The job, anything.
No, you're so right. Hold up. It's actually all of those things. It's God, it's my job, my family, my friends. Everything is 12 out of 10 in my life right now. And relationship. Put that in there too.
No, that's good because I feel like it's so easy to talk about all the wrong things going on in our life and be like, I'm so sad, but be happy.
Yeah.
You're just
Right.
Life is too short. Laugh, giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know all about that.
Anyone else?
I would say I'm becoming a serious woman. I'm strict these days. Last year, I let a lot of things slide. I got a lot of things slide, y'all. But yeah, I got a lot of boundaries this year.
What's a boundary you have this year that you don't think you had last year?
Well, I guess it's not really a boundary, but I'm more willing to communicate what's bothering me now than I was last year, and I feel like that kind of bit me in the butt last year. So yeah.
And that is maturity, and we love to see it.
That's right. Growth is important.
Okay.
Come on, ladies.
Today on vlog, last time y'all heard from me, I was unemployed. Was I living with somebody here? I don't even know where I was living. I think I was living at home, but I might have been living with my best friend. I don't really know. But since then, a lot of things have changed. Okay, I got a temporary job, so don't sleep on them temp jobs. Listen, we was in COVID when the internships were supposed to be happening, so the internship didn't happen for me. So I had nothing on the resume. I was just like, hire me, please. I got nothing but a degree that didn't do nothing for me at the time.
I went to God.
Let me bring y'all back to COVID.
Right.
And then y'all bring y'all forward.
But I say all that to say, a lot can change in a year.
Yes.
So, I have my own place.
Come on.
I live alone, so that's taught me a lot of independence.
Yeah.
I mean, there are days where, if I don't have any meetings, it's 8 p.m. I haven't said a word. So it's just I just me in these four walls. My rent's expensive, but all that to say.
You have a rent. The good thing is you have a rent.
I'll be there. But I'm so happy.
We have a rent.
We have rent. We have the ability to pay the rent.
Come on.
But where I was going with this was, I feel like in the past it's always survival mode, right? You're graduating high school, you're trying to go to school or trying to start a business or whatever it is that you're doing. It's always the next step, the next step, the next step. I feel like I'm finally at a place where it's let me enjoy where I'm at.
Yeah.
And yeah, the bills might be billing, but
Please don't mention those.
no, because I feel like a lot of people, they're always we're in survival mode, right?
We are.
We always joke about that, even through text and stuff. But it's even though we are, we're not. We still get the ability to do stuff.
Yeah.
And it's I might not be going to a different country every month,
Right.
but
That's normal.
I can go buy myself a $10 matcha on a Saturday.
There we go.
I don't know if this was how I intended for it to come out. Y'all are laughing a lot.
No, we just need to feel like it's good.
And also, you're missing a very big part of your life that you happened last year. You went through interesting roommate situation.
We don't talk about her.
Oh,
But
you've overcome a
I
lot.
lost my dream job. Anyways, 25, frontal lobe developed. We're in a good place. And yeah, like, I think I was the person who's like, all right, let me be serious, let me save, let me invest. And now I'm just kind of like, well, let me enjoy the fruits of my labor. Because I worked so hard to get to where I'm at. And then I'll figure it out. And
As long as your bills are paid, enjoy your life.
Bills are paid, food in your refrigerator.
yeah,
That's what
life is
I
good.
Life is good.
Life is.
Yeah.
We're in our 20s.
Life
I
is
love that good.
I forgot about
Future
that.
It's
It's
true.
Thank you. Sarah, you
Love that, Sarah.
Had a bridge for a second. You're like, no. And it was so funny. I can't wait to watch it back. It's so funny.
For me, I said fuck it, right? So I think for me, in the last year, I've just been saying yes to a lot of things just because, like, I feel like, I mean, I'm older than the rest of y'all.
How old are you?
I'm only like a year older. So nothing,
year
nothing
older.
crazy. Nothing crazy.
I was like,
But, like,
How old are you?
huh? 26.
Girl.
No, but like, see, like my frontal lobe developed last year, or like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like now, I'm like
I'm
1
sure
year.
you're
You really feel like it develops real fast?
I think so because I feel like for me, or at least like just me, I'm a very like I want something stable, right? I've always wanted things that are like stable in my life.
Yeah.
So over the last year, I feel like I've been pushing myself more outside of my comfort zone and just like doing things that I don't typically do. And just like saying yes to more opportunities, you know, really focusing on like building my community and just saying like fuck it, right? At the end of the day, it's like none of this shit matters until you're like older, because that's when you're actually gonna look back on like what kind of life you actually live. Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like for that, the last year I did a lot of shit. I did so much, like so much traveling,
Oh, yeah.
so many things that happen while traveling, and just like I think the main thing about all of that is that I was always just focusing on myself and my community, because I feel like, especially when you're a girl, like there's that pressure to be. I mean, like at least for me, like be in like a relationship, be with somebody, finding a life partner, because our parents at this age were probably like confident, like married, right? So
With 5 kids.
yeah, with 5 kids, another one on the way. So because of that, like I think it like really shifted my perspective in the last year of like, okay, like there's no rush to be that. At least like for the lifestyle that I want to live currently, and then maybe in the next 5 years, like, there's really no rush for me. So I might as well like enjoy it to the most, like
Right.
the best of my abilities. So I think that's that. I did a lot of traveling. I went to like 4 countries at this point
Wow.
last year. So it's been a lot of money. My bank account might be hurting, but I'm having fun.
But you're having fun. That's
It's
all that
good.
matters.
Again, if the bills are paid.
The bills are paid.
Thank you.
I do love that. I feel like what you said about the just like the expectations that we have on ourselves. Well, I don't know. I feel like some of those expectations we do put on ourselves, but do you guys feel like some of those expectations came from like parents or like your surrounding? Like,
Yeah.
you guys feel like your parents put the expectation on you to be in your 20s and be more so?
I do,
So
but
bad.
at the same time, I feel like
I feel like they know that times are changing.
they feel like times are changing, but I know for myself, like my generation is not the same as yours.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everything is expensive now. Like my parents are like, you should be having a house by now. Like, why are you not trying to get a house? Like, granted, they want to live in that house. So they want, but which I don't mind in the future, like when they're old. But it's just like that's not my priority right now. Like my priority is me making sure I'm good, so I can get that house the right way. But she's like, you should have a house by now, and I'm just like, this economy is not the same as your economy. So it's just like you can't put that expectation. But I always talk back to my mom, so she understands that. But she definitely does try to put that expectation. So. That's very true.
I want to say whether they say it or not, I know.
That you feel like they have
Yes, like whether they say, you know, this is what I expect, because of how they were, like my parents specifically, like getting married young and like figuring out as they go. It's just like that was cool back then, but like you know, saying like the economy's not the same. Like,
I don't want to go through your struggle.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I learned from my parents. I think it's beautiful what they had. Like they just celebrated like 30 years. I love that for them, and I think that aspect of like marriage is what I look at. But the other side of that is also like I don't want to just fake it to make it, or just like you know struggle my way through. Like yes, grow together, work together, but I'm also too like I'm okay with taking my time because also see my parents wanted to get married young. I don't think
Right.
like my sister she wanted that, but I don't think I ever really had that vision to be like I want that. You know what I'm saying? So
And I was gonna say, like, the expectation isn't bad if that's what your child
No.
desires.
Yeah.
But like, you can't force the expectation on someone who just doesn't desire that.
Right.
And I feel like we keep saying the different generations, like, it's true the economy is different and all those things. But we gotta think like where our parents were in their 20s. That was like 20 years before the women just had voting rights. Women had just able to start working and stuff. So like now, 60 years later, you're
It's a really good
couch
point.
full of women who got their own jobs, not looking to be no household entrepreneurs, like bosses in their job, like doing their own right. Our moms was focused on, thank you. Our moms was focused on like taking care of the household. It was not focused on like, or taking care of the household, their kids and stuff. It was not worried about. I want to get to this position in my
You know what's
job.
crazy? My mom, like you say that, but then I'll talk to my mom and she's like, you know, obviously she loves my sister and I, but then at the same time she's like, I wish I did more for me. So I feel like it's just the world that we're living in now. Like women are more independent and that's all.
But in that, like, I don't want to be the 30, 40-year-old girl who looks back and be like, I got married young. I had kids. I accomplished all this, but I didn't get to travel. I didn't get to experience this. Like, no, I want to do all those things before I even step into the next.
When you have kids, that's like a
Lifelong
lifestyle. You can't bring your kids to travel. Well, you can, but it's just like you have to take into account that you have a kid.
It's just different. Like,
Where are you?
honestly, like,
we think about babies, but they're really gonna age you.
Yeah.
But that's not like
expectations
expectations
are
are wrong.
Right.
stay alive.
Like when I'm saying about like my parents, like I don't think it's wrong to like look at that and be like, oh, I don't want to get married young. But it's just like you said at the end of the day, I feel like how you look at it. So it's just like I know you guys, you know, worked it out. You can grow, learn with somebody, but it's also like I just don't want to do that.
Right.
Also, it's like I don't have the burning desire at this moment in my life to have a small child.
No,
No.
like a small child.
It's
yeah.
actually disturbing
I don't
to
like
me.
it. But that's what I'm saying. Maya, I can see by your face. But that's what I'm saying. That's your perspective.
yeah,
Right?
I
Like,
shouldn't,
but I
shouldn't.
no, that's your desire. It has nothing to do with
Like,
your
for me, I'm like,
upbringing. It's
buy
what
me
you
a
want.
ring, buy me a house, buy me some stocks. Then I'll pop out a little one. But
You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has their own view, like for your life, and I feel like we look to our parents as examples, but it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I want exactly how they did it. No, I
Yeah.
want your longevity of
Your
marriage and how you guys work through things, but I'm not pressed to
do
have
that.
that.
Right.
Yes.
You
I'm
know what I'm
not.
saying?
That's where I'm at right now because like I feel like it's so easy to look at a lot of people who like on social media, like they're your age and they have all these things.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I think it's more like being realistic with your situation. Also like 20 years ago, I feel like you needed to have a man. Like
Yes.
you needed to have
True,
all these
yeah.
things in order to get
I
by.
have enough.
Like now it's kind of like we have so many like
plenty.
yeah, we have like you can honestly just survive on your own.
For
So
sure.
instead of like looking at it from like a survival mode, like I need a partner to survive in this world, it's more of like I would rather find somebody that's a better like a good fit for me. So
Exactly.
have more like
Yes.
Speak it.
I feel like now like women like women these days have so much more like self-worth and it's more like there's more like expectations when it comes to like a partner. It's like
For
it's
sure.
not enough to just pay the bills anymore. It's like you pay the bills, you be a good partner, you be a good father, you even want to be a father.
Right.
I feel like a lot of guys are like, oh, I want a kid. Like, do you want a kid, but do you want to be a
you wanna be a
father?
bride?
You want a
Grow
wife,
up.
you want to be a husband.
You know what I'm saying?
part.
What's that quote you said? They were like, you need to pick the person you know can take you through the death of your mom.
Yeah.
Like
You need to have some. Exactly. Like, you have the emotional intelligence to take you through so many stages of life. Like women are like, can you pay a bill? I can pay my own bill. Can you be there for me emotionally? Like, can I actually do life with you?
Women are no longer separate.
Well, exactly.
I actually love that.
Women are no longer with us.
I don't think it's I feel like settling, yes, but also like not settling for like bare minimum. Men. Like,
Exactly.
there are good
Not
men out here,
Yeah.
but settling to where it's like I'm
It's
not settling just because you can pay my bills. I'm not
Right.
settling just because you
Yeah,
look good.
It's like not enough to just be a good man.
No.
There's a lot of good men in the world, arguably.
There are.
But it's like, are they a good man for you?
Right, and like
Exactly.
emotionally, like I'm not settling for somebody who can't be there for me emotionally.
Yeah.
Or understand like when I'm having a hard time, like just okay, you pay my bills, but like emotionally, there's like a big void. So it's like
Yeah.
you can't have everything. Let's
Also,
be honest, but you're
yeah,
not gonna settle for the things that actually matter to you.
Realistically though, like at our age and in this economy, men can't pay our bills anyways. Like
Yeah.
they
Really?
can't pay their own. They have their
Can
own.
I pay my bills?
No, yes, so. But like, I think it's more so like I would rather split bills with a man who actually loves me and takes like care of me in his own sort of way and like respects me and like treats me well versus like a man who, yeah,
Like
like
that's not like it's not even like can you pay my bill or just like if a man can't pay his bill at the end of the day like women we be asking for stuff that we don't bring to the table. It's like you want to pay
Yeah.
pay your bills,
I was
buy
gonna
you
say
this
tap
that.
into that.
When the last time you done something for yourself and you mad at this man? Like
No, I'm a firm
that's the
believer.
part.
Like genuinely, this is controversial. Allegedly.
allegedly.
Like I brought this up to some of my guy friends. They're like, no, you can't look at it that way. But for me personally, I think you should never ask for something in a partner that you don't have in yourself.
Yes.
Like, you can't be like, I want a rich partner. Like, bitch, are you rich?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like a lot of people get proud of saying like, oh, I want a partner that's like has this, this, and this, and this, right? Like, I want a partner that's rich. I want a partner who's like a traditional wife, or like I want a partner like that. I'm like, are you a traditional man?
Yeah.
Right? Are you rich? I want a partner who works out. Do you work out? Right? A lot of people are caught up saying like, okay, I want these traits, but I'm like, what about you thinks you deserve that?
You have to be what you want to attract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
That is
are what
true.
you attract.
If you were looking at the person that, if you were attracting a certain type of man, you need to start looking within yourself. I feel like. Well, since we're tapping into relationships, I mean, we're skipping a
No
little
wait,
bit.
Vina didn't give her
And
attention
then-
or Audrey.
Now that I'm thinking about it, cruising is a part of where I'm at, but at the same time, I feel like I think I am cruising just because I feel like everything in life is pretty stable right now. Like I have no complaints. I have a great family. I have a great partner. I love my man. My job is good. Like I really like my job. I feel like I'm progressing where I need to be. So I don't feel like I'm stagnant. I'm grateful where I'm at, but I also feel like I am dipping into things that I said I wanted to do for a while. Like makeup.
Yes.
So, I loved makeup when I was like in middle school and high school, and it's just like when life got busy, responsibilities and just like personal things, it's like it's really hard when you're living at home. For me, at least, I feel like I tend to my family more than I tend to myself. So I've been trying to put that balance in there, and now that I have, I'm actually tapping into like makeup again and like doing people's makeup. I'm not charging or anything right now. I don't want to charge. I just want to build my skill set first, and then eventually, you know, turn it into a business. So I feel like I'm moving towards that, which makes me happy. I'm doing things that I said I wanted to do for years now. So now that I'm finally doing it, I feel like I'm in a good spot. I just need to keep that motivation. Like I need to learn to keep that motivation because it's one thing where I start, but it's another thing to be able to keep going. So I'm trying to find that balance and trying to. So that's where I'm at in life. I feel like I don't know if that's where I was last year, and if I was the same way last year, I'm not complaining because if I was in the same way I was last year, then I was in a good place. So I feel like I am. Because for me, how I look at life is just like, even though there's like hard times and a lot of things that happen in between, you just have to keep going.
You do.
So it's just like, that's my life. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. And
I love that.
I have like really good friends, good family. Forgot to say friends. My friends and family, my cousins here. All my good friends are here. So it's just like, I was definitely going to say something. But I have no complaints. I love life and I think I'm in a good place. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just so cute, wholesome.
Right.
Miss Audrey.
Me.
Me, what about me?
I would say the title of like this next chapter of my life, the reason why I said, when I say the next step, the next step, reason being for context, I turned 25 in like 2 days, and even though like I'm not too far off from where I was last year, kind of a similar place, but a better place. But 5 years ago, before I turned 20, so more context, I'm a big planner. I like to plan like what I'm gonna do later in life. So before I turned 20, it wasn't like the best place for me. I was like 19, things were rough. But then knowing that I was about to turn 20, I was like, okay, I have to lock in, figure out what I want to do. So I set up like a 5-year plan for like school, the goals and achievements I wanted to accomplish, and honestly, like within the past 5 years, I was able to accomplish like 90% of that.
Yeah.
So that's like so crazy to me. So now that I'm about to turn 25, in 5 years I'm about to be 30, which is like scary to me. But so now I have like different goals, different like milestones I want to achieve, and like even though it's kind of like intimidating to me, just knowing like everything I've accomplished since I was like 19, 20, knowing I was able to do that, I mean, it kind of gives me like motivation knowing I can accomplish what I want in the next 5 years.
Yes, girl.
That's my
For sure.
So that's like the reason why it's called just like the next step. So I really have to lock in. So that's like
Every time that like a question is had or asked, everybody like gives their answers, and then I reflect on my own, and I'm like, I lost the plot. Like,
You did it, girl. Your answer was authentic
mine
to
was just
you.
very like I don't know this word. Mine's just like very technical.
Everybody's
Honestly, like
smart.
I have a
Yeah.
5-year plan, but nothing ever goes like as planned. So it's kind of just like a
Like outline.
yeah, it's just an outline.
I believe in journaling though because it's like always nice to go back. Like I was literally reading mine the other day, and I was just like, "Who is this girl?" Like the way I was
Yes.
talking,
Oh
the
my
goals
God.
that like my at one point my goals were get my braces off, clear my acne, and find and see me and Raji belong together. And I'm like, what is that? Well, the acne we're working on, but you know the braces popping out.
Majority of the whole 90%
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm a firm believer, like I need to really dream up and okay, so I know people are really big on manifesting. I am too, but I don't believe in manifesting without putting the hard work into it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Most people are just delusional manifestors,
Yeah.
but I really believe in like writing out your wishes, your goals, and really envisioning it. But when you put the hard work down into it, like it really comes true.
It
really
has to come.
like comes to life. So
Like,
yeah.
my favorite quote even this year is like, "It's crazy till it isn't." Like everything I believe for my life is crazy now until it isn't.
That's
Until I'm
so
like,
true.
saying
It is
it.
so true.
Yeah. Like I'm like, I get scared when I say things out loud. So I'm like, I know it's going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
I know
Right.
it's going to happen. Like
Yeah.
before when we did this last video when we were all here, I wasn't even at 1,000 subscribers. I was like at 500, and I'm not that I'm counting 47 subscribers away from 2,000. I'm like, what? That is crazy. Let me. I wrote my answer now, so let me see what I put. Who do you think you're becoming? Okay, I put less guarded. I believe I was so sensitive to things prior because I was very guarded with who was in my life because there was always a sense of vulnerability or they can hurt you. But now I know it's not my responsibility to protect myself, and I trust everyone that's genuinely in my life.
I love
Yeah, I do think I'm just more at peace. Like I used to just be so paranoid. I'm like, why are you asking me this? You want to be in my business? Or I'd be like, they talking mess. Am I overthinking this? But like now, I read a book that really changed my whole mindset on the way you view people around you. Like, if they're in your life, not everybody in your life has good intentions, but if they're in your life, they're there to teach you a lesson. Let them, whatever that lesson may be, let them be that lesson. You can't control it because the walls you think you're putting up to build yourself is really just like an imprisonment of just like thoughts in your head. And so now that I just like live life and just hope for the best intentions with everyone around me, it's just way more peaceful. And like now, like I just feel happy. Like I just feel happy.
The best.
So yeah.
Oh my god, this is so
Good.
good.
I never. Oh my god.
Wait, what book is this?
It was called The Beta Satan.
I need to read it.
I knew you were with it.
Yeah, that book is just so good. Recommend it to anybody. Okay,
I was like,
we were talking about
we'll find the
romantic.
audiobook.
Right.
It's actually online though. I've seen the chapter. I haven't had it like that. But before we hop back into like romantic stuff, I do want to just talk about friendships because the last video we did, we really talked a lot about like who we were and all these things and all the things and the things. But obviously we're evolving. Life's getting busier. How have you tried maintaining and navigating adult friendships?
I'll start. I don't think it's that hard for me because my girls fill me up. Like I don't know if I don't know. I used to say I'm an extrovert. I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore, but I'm definitely not an introvert. I don't know if there's like a middle ground.
Ambivert.
It's a what? Ambivert.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's between.
But I don't know. Life gets busy, but like if I love you, I'm gonna see you one way or another. And I think also like just don't take things personally. Like if somebody has to cancel because they got something going on in their life, like it's not about you, girl. It's they have their own stuff going on. also sometimes I need to cancel. I want to be given that same grace. Like, I think it's just being flexible, being fluid. And if I see you once a quarter, I see you once a quarter. But I appreciate friendships that are low maintenance, and we still like we catch up, pick back right up, and it's like I don't see you, but I still love you, and but I'm not gonna go. But like if you need me, I'm here, and vice versa. And yeah, I mean, we're in a different phase of life, so I just think like everybody's so busy with their own life. That's like if you're really mad at me because I didn't call you last week, like you need to find a hobby. You need
You need another job.
You need something.
Because a call is crazy.
Yeah.
If you didn't text me happy birthday, I might be mad.
That's different.
That's a cancelable offense.
Exactly.
That's a little crazy. I feel like the same as Sarah. I put down being more vulnerable. I don't know why I've never been very like lovey-dovey in my friendships, but I feel like the older that I get, I'm like, girl, I miss you. Like, I love you so much. I miss you. I feel like. What was the question? What am I doing to like
Maintain or
maintain.
navigate.
This part? Yeah, that's what I wrote. Yeah.
I think for me, like, I think this past like year of my life has been really like friend focused. Because I'm a firm believer that you really just build your own community, and I feel like if you want a good community, you need to be a good community member, right? So that's showing it when it matters. I mean, obviously, like I don't really text my friends unless we're in group chats.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm gonna show up if you invite me to like your birthday. I'm gonna show up if you know you have something important. I'm gonna show up if you want me to drive you to the airport.
And that matters. And that really matters.
Like that matters. So like, I think a lot of people get caught up in themselves, which is fine. You know, like I feel like in this phase of life, like it's unreasonable to expect like too much out of your friends. People are dealing with jobs, family, relationships, right? But I think showing up when it matters, being present in your friendship when you are with them, you don't want to be hanging out with somebody who's constantly on their phone, right?
Yeah.
It's like being intentional with the time that you're spending with the people who you care about the most, and being intentional with how you're treating them, and how you're speaking about them in rooms when you're not there. So I feel like that's a good way to maintain like adult friendships, or that's how I am doing it at least. Because if I care about you, you know I care about you. I'm always going to be there for you. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that you know that you're loved.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, some people need more in their friendships. And sometimes, you know, it's like, it's more important to think like, are you really compatible as friends? Because some people want their friends to check in on them all the time. Some people want their friends to always be there, like show up for them, even on the little things. Like if they ask you to go, you know, eat.
Yeah.
You can't cancel.
It's like
So it's
learning
just
their
like,
love language.
yeah, like learning your love language. And then also just like not taking things so hard either. Because sometimes you're just different people. And I think that's like something important to realize as you get older. Because sometimes people, or at least how I see it, is people are really just in your life for a chapter, and that's completely okay. Like, you know, people can always come in and out of your life. It's no harm in, you know, losing connection with somebody for a little bit, for it to be stronger later on.
And coming back to it,
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, like, also just communicating that. Like, there are friends where they're low maintenance, and like if I have a friend who's very low maintenance, and I know I don't have to talk to them for months, but it doesn't change, I can't treat the friend who is more sensitive to those things the same. But that friend can't put expectations on me that they never communicated to me. Like I feel like when we're in relationships with well, everybody's straight here, so like with our men, then like it's easy for him to mess up and you'd be like, I don't like that, fix that, like I want you to do this. But like I feel like when girls, I don't think anybody here, but I know other women have to like, they feel like they don't need that much communication with their friendships, and I'm like, you do. It's a relationship.
I feel like you need like, just as much.
You need just as much or more, because you're dealing with two girls. Like men, it's just like, okay, I'll fix it, and it goes on. But two women, it's like we can get in our heads and sensitive to those things. So, but like you said, we're getting older. Like most of the time in the group chat, I'm sending an audio message because I don't even feel like texting. So like it's just like you have to. Phases of life will change. I feel like I heard they say around like 25, 26 is when your friends, like, you're still together, but like you maybe not like always together like you were at 18, 19.
Yeah.
But like 28, 29, something just happens where like you're just always with your girls and you guys decide to go out and all those things. So I just feel like respecting the phase of life that we're all in.
I agree.
thing, like being able to identify like this person's going through this, I can't expect X, Y, and Z from them the way that I've expected that from them in previous seasons.
Right.
And also, I think it's also like a individual thing too. Like, how are you able to support certain people when they're going through things and they start to distance themselves from you? Because I feel like it's very easy to be like, oh, like this person doesn't talk to me anymore. Like, F them. Like, they're not really my friend. But it's also like what you should do to like support or foster them in that season of their life. So
Right.
I think it's a two-way effort at all times. We're all busy, but you make time for what you make time for.
I agree.
I feel like mine is like kind of the opposite. It's not. What was the question? Like, how do you invest in adult friendships?
Or how are you maintaining or navigating adult friendships?
Okay. I feel like for me, my biggest thing is because I know, like, especially while we're on the same age, like, life happens. Like, everybody has their own thing going on. I feel like the one part for me of friendships is like, let's say I'm going through something. I feel like I could call my friend, but they probably got stuff going on too. So whereas like that aspect of like a friendship, just being like vulnerable or just like opening up or just like, okay, I know I can call this person. Like, you know it's there, but do I really call and be like, let me tell you what's going on? No, because I don't know, I don't want to put my stuff on you when you literally have your stuff going on. Like, because I feel like maybe because I've experienced that, like I'm having to break down my friend calls me, I'm like, girl, me too, but wait, let me listen to yours. So I feel like that aspect of like adult friendships, I guess, is kind of this scenario where I'm like,
How you're trying to figure it out?
yeah, I guess so. Like, I guess feeling like it's okay. I know it's okay to do that. Like anybody in the space, I can call and be like, let me tell you what's going on. But I feel selfish in a sense where it's just like, one, because I am a low maintenance friend. And some of y'all know can be too. So it's like, if we ain't talked a little bit and I call you and be like, I don't want to feel like I'm just dumping. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that's what friends are for.
Yeah, I have two things to say about that. One,
Go ahead.
I think that's what friends are for. And I don't know, to me it's like if somebody's calling me with their problems or a problem, I feel honored. Like I'm like, you came to me because you trusted me in this vulnerable state that you're in. So it's like, of course I'm gonna listen. Especially if you're not doing it every other day. Like it's like if you need somebody to talk to, girl, pick up that phone and call. But also
The burden.
yeah, no, never. But also, the other thing I wanted to say was, let's just take a minute to acknowledge, because last time we had this conversation, you was talking about some, I don't trust girls.
You
I
did
have no
say
female
that.
friends.
I did.
Like, she
You
feels
did
such
say
a
that.
long way
You have
now.
a long way. Because last time she saw that account, she said, this is cute and all, but 2 months ago,
Yeah, I'm not calling.
No, you had so much friendship trauma, and I feel like
Yeah.
you've come a long
For
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like Sarah was saying, it's not a burden. Like I feel genuinely honored when my friends call me with their problems, and none of us are like problematic to where we have a problem every day. If you're going through something serious and you gotta call me every day for 2 weeks in a row, that's fine too. Like I've never had to be like, oh, Roger, this whole call me. Like no, I'd be like, give me a second. My friend needs me. I'm gonna go be with them. But it never feels like a burden. So maybe I'll just. Everybody, let's take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
How you doing today?
Wait.
But on that note, do you have someone that you do call? Like, do you call your sister?
Of course. Yeah, I would say like definitely my sisters and like my sister-in-laws, like they're really
That's
right
good.
there.
You should have someone.
If you have people.
yeah, but I think it comes from just like feeling bad. So it's just like
Yeah.
a burden, yeah, but then I also like I feel bad for like dumping stuff on you, but also too I feel bad that I don't give my friends that side of me to where it's just kind of like, you know, not surface level, like y'all know what's going on. Every day I got a story.
Yeah.
But when like I think I say this because specifically like not too long ago, I just had like the worst day and broke down, and I was literally just staring at my phone and be like, who do I want to call right now?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you know, you can pray about it, like think about it, all those different things, but it was also too like I really need to talk to somebody.
Let
right
this
now.
off.
Yeah, and so it wasn't the fact. That's what I'm saying. Like any of y'all, it wasn't that like I feel like I couldn't. It was more so just like this is my stuff. Like I'm not about to put that on my friend right now. So that's my whole little.
No, it's our stuff. Tell me your business.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe there's a little dash of trauma.
I think it's a little bit.
Sure.
Like
No,
this is my
honestly,
stuff.
it's like backtrack on that. I struggle with that a lot.
Okay.
I'm a big internal thinker. That's like
Yes.
something, I had this talk I'm very much an internal thinker. Like it's kind of hard for me to like for my feelings, and also very emotional.
Yeah.
So I also struggle with that too. Like I don't want to be a burden to like others because before in my early 20s, not anymore. I was like a big emotional crash out where I didn't really know how to regulate my emotions. So I would just like hit up people and just like kind of pour everything out. But over time, I would just keep things to myself, and I'm still starting with that too. So I understand. It's just I don't want to be like a emotional burden. It's just hard. Like I know what things. Say.
That's why they say to check on the strong friends.
Gotta check on the
Because y'all don't express nothing going on. It's like, oh, their life is great, but
But I don't think any of us here would ever be like, if my friend came to me, like, it feels unfair.
Oh my
So
God,
why do
no.
we feel like that?
It's just definitely you guys is like internal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like we're both clearly aware. That's why I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not a thing where you feel like
You don't have your
friends wouldn't even
community.
listen. No, it's just
Yeah, it's
also
not
like
that. It's just I don't want to be an emotional burden.
Right.
Instead, I would just go on a walk. I'll journal.
that's what we're
I go by myself.
I'm like I feel like I'll tell them in 2 months when I'm over it.
Yeah, that's really healthy too.
Those
If you
are
have-
ways too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. If you have ways to that you deal with it without talking to someone else first, you want to process everything. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
There's definitely nothing wrong with that, but I also will say like some of my friendship have grown so much deeper through those conversations,
Yeah,
like
for
through
sure.
that level of vulnerability,
Yeah.
like just seeing each other on because like I said, it's not surface level. Like I love you, I trust you, like we can be around each other, but I do feel like more safe.
Yeah.
The more safer they feel with me.
It's a two-way thing.
It's a
Yeah.
two-way thing.
You know what I'm laughing? I'm thinking about when you came to the fashion show. I would say that's probably the first moment I couldn't even hide.
Oh yeah.
She's over here serving plates. She's like, "You okay?" I'm like,
She's like tapping my screen trying to tip me.
Trying
I'm
to
like,
pay.
you're not doing it right. And I'm like, give me it back. Are you okay though? Like, you
So-
trying to tip me 20%?
that's what I'm saying though. Like it be the moments where it's like my moments are so random. So where it's like you over here selling
You
plates.
boiled
Like
down.
I'm buying from you, and I'm over here like, girl.
Literally, literally. And you had just got done from like hosting. So like
Hosting.
making jokes, laughing, You come down, like, what's going on? Just getting too good.
Just trying to make it to the end.
But even that night, like I feel like I even got closer to you. Okay. Regardless of the phase of life you're in right now, what are you learning about love, or what are you learning that you need when it comes to love?
Patience. Patience is a mother-loving virtue.
That's a
like,
good one, actually.
I feel like not only being patient with like the person that you're dealing with or dating or whatever the case may be, but also with yourself because it's my first time living and I feel like I used to think I was the best partner ever and this and that, but once I got out that relationship, I was like, wait, like there's something wrong with me too. So
Yeah.
girl,
There's something wrong with me too.
retweet.
Patience.
I think for me, I'm learning that you can't talk your way out of incompatibility. Like genuinely.
Hold on, wait, Tasha, don't say something like that and not give us a second to digest.
That is called delusion, my girl.
Wait, say it again, say it again so the viewers can get that.
You cannot talk your way out of incompatibility.
If you're incompatible, you're just incompatible.
Exactly. Because I feel like, at least for me, in a lot of my relationships, you know, you can love someone so much and love them, and you know, they're a good person, you trust them, but they're just not meant for you. And I feel like sometimes, especially for like a lot of women, it's like I have a lot of thoughts on relationships because you know I've been single for a very long time. Single, not talking to me, but like sometimes you're just not compatible with people, and that's completely okay. That's not a diss on them. That's not a diss on like what they're not doing for you.
Right.
You know, some people they just grow up differently. They just live different lives. You cannot expect them to understand where you're coming from all the time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're just not compatible with you, and that's completely okay. But I feel like as women, it's kind of like we're taught that you know to love is to sacrifice. To love is to give yourself completely, and you know sometimes if you give yourself completely, like what do you have left for yourself? And when it comes to you know when you're like in a relationship, you get in that like. Obviously, sometimes it's just phases, right? Sometimes there's phases of like you're not doing the best in your relationship,
Yeah.
right? But I feel like if the phase keeps happening again and again and again, sometimes you need to look at it like, are we just not compatible in this aspect?
Yeah.
And that's completely okay because I feel like so much time, like at least for me, so much time is wasted in a partner that's not right for you. And sometimes, at least the way that I look at my relationships now is, I'm not looking for a forever partner. I'm looking for someone that I'm okay with, that I'm happy with, that loves me at this time. And then, we're gonna love each other until we don't, and then we should be okay with just ending it there and not hurting each other any further.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when you're in a relationship where, you're just talking and talking about the same problem, and it never gets fixed, they're never gonna see your point of view. It's kind of like, it's okay to walk away. And I feel like not a lot of people are okay with that. Especially if you put in so much effort in a relationship. Sometimes you feel like if I leave now, I lose everything. But I feel like if you leave in that moment, you gain so much more than what you would have left. So that's what I'm learning about relationships right now. Because I'm Captain Save a Hoe down. I am Captain Save a Hoe down. I'm always like, I can fix him. But sometimes you can't, and that's okay. Just means that you're not the right person. You just gotta keep pushing.
I agree. I feel like you have to be okay with things just don't have to be forever. Not everybody's meant to be forever, and not everything is a waste of time. Even if something was long term and you got 5 years down the drain, you done learned something, you done went on a couple dates, had some fun, didn't work out. At the end of the day, nothing is ever a waste of time.
Yeah. Especially if it's done with love.
Yeah. Even if it was bad, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a waste of time.
Even if it was bad, you learn something before you walk away.
Yeah. I watched my ex get married. I don't regret it. I live to tell a story.
Y'all are spitting right now.
I got a lot of thoughts, girl.
And I love it.
got a lot of thoughts.
That was good. That was really good, Tasha.
Yeah, that was really good. You want to go, Dan? I know you have your notes.
No.
Not too much of my girl.
No, I see her looking at her notes. I'm like, she
Yeah, but I was taking them around as she's talking. I'm like, okay, we're gonna leave it at that.
No, I really didn't mean anything about that.
I just said maybe I'm learning that love doesn't look the way that I've always expected it to. It can grow, it can shift, especially when you're in a long-term relationship. I think it's easy to slip into routine, but being open and transparent is helpful, especially when both people are willing to show up and put the work in.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote.
And that's tea.
Especially, I feel like I've always been a very transparent person. Sorry. It's feels so cringe to work these words up, but since I've been married,
You're childish.
but being married has taught me nip it in the bud quick. When you're in a relationship, you're not living together. It's easy to drag an argument down. But what I'm learning about love is especially being married, we are literally committed to each other. We're a team. We're not each other's issue. The problem is our issue. Let's attack that. And I've just learned that with being open and transparent is he can't read my mind, even though I want him to read my mind so bad. He can't. So I have to be able to vocalize when something makes me feel a way and do it then, and not be prideful. Because like I said, we're a team and we have to move past that. So I feel like I've been learning marriage has been teaching me that a lot. Because I used to drag the problem out, but now it's we're a team and we have to attack this together.
That's so good. I also feel back to the expectation thing. I remember we had a conversation where maybe you had this expectation for maybe Raji to, I don't know, understand something or get something, but you're also well, he's not a mind reader. So just for that was a year and a half ago to now.
For sure.
Okay, growth.
Because you just be I think society, social media, maybe other women you're around, you just so many men be a man should know, a man should know, a man should know.
But they don't know.
They don't know.
But they
nothing.
sometimes they don't know. And it's okay if they don't know. The problem only becomes when they know and they don't do better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's okay. The same way he has to teach me certain things about just being a good partner, I have to do the same with him. And I feel a lot of my relationship, I was just he should know how to do this.
Yeah.
He should be doing this. I shouldn't have to tell him. But it's certain things, yes.
Right.
But other things, it's you're allowed to vocalize how you feel on that, and then the expectation is set. But you can't have an expectation and expect him to respond to something he doesn't even know you have one.
Right now.
I also feel that goes for anything. Like you
Yeah.
can't be giving somebody like a dry ass attitude if you never talk about
Yeah.
what was
What's
wrong
your
with you.
issue?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's
Unless
what
it's
I
like
person.
freaking obvious. Like if you do something that pisses me off and then I get an attitude, well, you better know what it was.
Like that pisses me off. Like don't piss me off and then ask me like, oh,
Why?
what's
What's
wrong?
wrong?
You know exactly why you acting like that. You and you know you did it. So
Yeah.
don't.
I don't know. I'm crash out.
But okay. But other than that,
I'm
vocalize.
a retired crash out. I'm a retired hooligan. It's like,
I'm scared. No, I'm not crashing out.
Crash out harder.
I'm
Don't
just-
say-
I feel like I should have always crashed out harder.
No. It's like
anything
slapping
else
somebody
about
in
what
the
you
leg.
learned about love,
Fresh
ladies?
cheaper.
I
would
wonder.
say that why.
Finally in a stable relationship.
I don't have anything negative to say at all. I feel like this is more so for myself that I'm learning about. Is now that I'm in a healthy, stable relationship with someone that, treats me well and sees me for who I am, I'm learning that I can just be myself. I feel like I can put my guard down. I feel like I can set the boundaries that I need to. In the past, I feel like I was always scared too because I felt like if I set any boundaries, it would push them away or they wouldn't like who I am. So then that like led me to kind of holding back who I was. But I feel like with Brandon now, I can set the boundaries. I can nip anything in the bud with him, and it helps because he's the same way and we have the same communication style, so we can actually talk it out. And I don't feel like he is being defensive for his side. I don't feel like he's attacking me. So I can truly be myself with what I'm learning, but I'm also learning between the two of us because we are only over a year. We're gonna hit 2 years later this year, so we're not as far yet, but I feel like we're constantly learning new things about each other. And I don't know, I feel like because we're learning new things about each other, and when we do have like little moments where we kind of butt heads or like have an argument, we can just nip it in the bud. And we have the same communication style. So I don't know, I feel like this is a relationship where I'm truly comfortable with myself and with being with him. So that's what I
love
think.
that.
Good for you. A year is a long time. It is a long time,
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like I'm constantly learning new things about him. He's learning new things about me, but I like the way that we navigate it together. So,
Yes.
love that.
I'll go. So, you know how I said my chapter is learning to be soft? I think it's like in a lot of aspects, but relationships specifically. This just came up the other day, which I think is funny. Because my biggest thing is like, he's always like, well, how do you consider yourself progressive, but you also want a traditional relationship? Like, the balance of like traditional, quote unquote, and being progressive. Because I'm like, I'm an independent, strong woman, da da da.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, but I want you to do this, this, and this, and this. And it's like, obviously, I think everybody has to find that balance, but you gotta think you're balancing traditional cultural values from both my Moroccan culture, his culture, and American culture, and religious culture. And it's like, I'm also very progressive, and like, I think women should have rights, and women should be able to do this, and a woman should have her own. Like, yeah, I still want you to take care of me, but I'm also gonna have my own. And it's like, yeah, like, I want to be there for the kids, but I also want to work. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like all these things. And maybe he wants you to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm not talking about me specifically, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
But like, maybe he wants this from you, and it's like, okay, but you want to be traditional, but you're not being traditional in this way. But you, like, it's like you're picking and choosing. I think that's the thing that I'm like realizing now, that I'm like, okay, yeah, actually, I'm confusing myself maybe. Because I don't know, it was just like a realization the other day that I had, and I was like, yeah, where do I draw the line, and like, what do I want my relationship to look like? Like, in my head, I know what I want it to look like, but like vocalizing that and making sure that someone else is also on the same page, because it's like, why do you want X, Y? It's like, you want the things that benefit you, but then you don't want to do these other things because you're progressive or whatever. Like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Or like,
That's like something that I like. Oh shit! Sorry. But that's something that I like struggle with too, because I see both sides and I want both of them, but I don't know how to balance it. And that's like something I have to learn down the road because I don't have a partner, so I don't know yet.
Yeah. But I feel like we're figuring it out now because like you were saying, like, we're the first generation to do it. So like it is a hard balance because like your parents didn't do it. Your dad did this, your mom did this, and that's what you witnessed. But like now in your new relationships, like you're the one who has to figure it out. And you said like sometimes it's hard to vocalize. I don't think it's hard to vocalize. I think it's like really making it a reality. And then like being okay with like maybe I did say that I wanted this, but now that we're doing it, maybe I want different. And like being that goes back to like the open and transparency with who you're with. Like, let's revisit this one. Maybe I still want you to take out that trash, but maybe I like clean it after. Like I don't know. Like
We should have at the same time.
Right.
I feel like also depending on your partner, if he's willing to do with what you're asking, I think it's just it comes into like you both play a part together.
Until that relationship specifically.
Yeah, it's always different between relationships and who the partner is and how they are as a person too.
Right.
I'm not shit. So, for me, I don't know. I mean, I think it's because I'm single, and like I feel like when you're single, you usually just have more time to think of like what would actually make me want to be in a relationship again. You know what I mean? At least for me. So I think like in terms of because I've been on a lot of dates, and then I feel like a lot of the dates I've been on, the conversations just like, you know, like what does a relationship look like to you, right? And for me, I usually just say like, oh, I want a traditional man off the gate, right? Because I have no problem with being a traditional wife, a traditional woman. It's just, can you genuinely be a traditional man? Because if you tell a guy, oh, I don't want to do 50-50, I want to do like 100-0, right? Judging by their response, I look at them, you're broke. Like, or you don't have, like, you're not confident in yourself to provide for a woman. You know what I mean? So, like, I look at how they gauge the topic. Because realistically, I could do, like, 60-40. I could do 70-30. Okay. But it's just, like, woman gives so much more in a relationship than a man always. So it's like, how can you possibly navigate that conversation without making it a financial conversation?
Yeah, I think it's about masculine energy. I think a lot of men are sassy these days. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I think like naturally, a woman who loves her man, her husband, whatever he is, her wife, whatever, you know, you're gonna want to help. Like
especially take care of your partner.
Especially like we're 25. I don't expect you to have a house and have it all figured out and have a mortgage. Like absolutely not. But just like if you're telling me I'm never gonna do that, like if you have the means to do so and you don't want to do so, you're not the man for me. Like respectfully. But naturally, I think as women, like, okay, if we can live comfortably off of your salary, but let's say we put our salaries together and we have like a really nice house or something like that, like I'll pay the rent. I don't care because it's like benefiting me too. But I mean, to each their own, and you know, just don't be sassy.
I think it's important to like when it comes to your relationship, it's just like it's always just like gauging how they react. Because you can say some crazy shit, and I've said a lot of crazy shit in my relationships. But it's like always gauging your reaction because it's always not the extreme. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people, especially when you're not in a relationship yet, there's nothing like at stake. They always want to inflate and like say that they're gonna do this, do that, but at the end of the day, they're not actually willing to. I feel like they're just trying to get like love bomb or get the relationship. So that's why I always think like I take everything with a grain of salt. I also don't listen, but I just don't think like
unpack that.
But I just don't think a lot of people have like I'm trying to find like a way to phrase this. Like they want more than they really give. I think that like at the end of the day, that's what it comes to. Yeah. So in terms of navigating like a traditional versus like modern relationship, I feel like the conversation is not that hard. It's more of like, do you want to take care of me the way that I can take care of you, right? And that's the end. At the end of the day, I feel like people are inherently selfish. Like they don't want to, give what they receive. I think it just is a matter of finding a partner who's willing to be able to. I feel like those conversations are easy with the right person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. Like you said, like you can't talk yourself out of incompatibility, but you can definitely talk and see if we compatible or not.
Also, like, at least for me, like seeing some it's kind of crazy seeing how good people have it in a relationship. And I know like comparing yourself to other people's relationships always like there's always going to be some problems in that. But from being somebody that's single, like seeing men genuinely treat their wife like a fucking princess, like like spoiling them, taking care of them. It's kind of like, why wouldn't I want that for myself?
Right.
Like, why would I actually be with somebody who can't give me the world when I see that my friend's getting the world of this thing?
Yeah.
And it's like the world isn't financial.
For sure.
The world is like the love, care, you know, the little things that your partner or your friends partners do for them. Why wouldn't I want that?
Flowers, chocolates on your period, like the
bare minimum.
I can get it one.
The bear. That's the bear minimum. It's real. Girls aren't difficult, but yeah.
They're not. They're not.
You know,
Right, Steph.
I'm really gonna speak, but I feel like what I'm learning about myself is like the way I feel like things that would like intrigue me, which is so shallow to say, but the things that would intrigue me back then just don't cut it anymore. Like, to be honest, like the men that would approach you, like, oh, remember when I used to do it like this? I'm just like, are you being for real right now? You think that's gonna bring me back home?
I hate home.
Like, no.
Right.
So that's the part.
Like, what do you mean? Like, they're trying to show you their high school D1 football
No,
highlights?
honey. Talking about
You talking about the
Like exes trying to spin the block.
like spin the block in the sense of like not even like remember when I used to take you out on dates and do this. Talking about like, oh, remember when we used to be,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Put
Like
your
you
two
think
cents together.
that's gonna do
And
it?
that's what, or just like men from the past, you know, I dibble and dabble, and they just try to slide their little way back in. I'm just like, is this real life? I feel like that is where I'm looking at love. So it's just like, what is it about me that you think?
What is it
What
about
is it
me that
about
gave that?
You know what I'm
What
saying?
gave
So
that?
it makes me check myself to be
Okay.
like,
Talk about it.
so you really thought that was okay? Or
That's
like
what
you
I
think
did.
that's what's gonna bring me back or what's gonna
Right.
keep
That's
me,
what
what's
I
gonna
did.
get my attention? Like men these days, and I'm just speaking from just like men that maybe from the past that, you know, try to pop up. Or if it's new, then I'm just kinda like, you don't even interest me. In that sense where it's just like, I don't care about your money, I don't care about your car, I don't care about your job. Like, you didn't ask me nothing to spark my mind.
You
To
didn't ask
be
me
like,
about my
oh,
day.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how am I? You know what I'm saying? How are you?
Right.
So I feel like that's all learning about love in the sense of what I truly desire is not like material things. It's literally like the things I think of long term. Long term. Anyway, it's about at the end of the day, things I think of to where it's just like you stimulate my mind.
Yeah,
Like,
for
we
sure.
connect on other levels.
For
And
sure.
you just coming at me trying to slide and be like, okay,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Every
Yeah.
single day I'm like, don't piss me off.
You
What
know-
about me gave that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
So it's like I question myself to be like, okay,
No.
what's going on here?
Or
No,
maybe
no.
they know
One
the
thing
past
But I know
have-
it's not me.
One thing
Audacity.
men have audacity, yes.
Yeah.
Every time.
They just be saying shit every single day.
And that's what's gonna do it every single time.
One thing they gonna have is the audacity.
So yeah, but it's like we've been through that, but then the fact that you get approached with it, I'm just like, you actually just piss me off.
But that's when it's your responsibility to humble.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Or I just don't say anything. Not you with
Yeah. Now you look
That's
bad.
just saying no response.
Because you thought I was going for that.
I got a highlight about it.
Are you done?
Not strong.
Well, we've been yapping, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. But what y'all said about like who you think I am, or like what gave that, I want to
Yeah.
like end it off in this way instead of in the advice segment. I thought of a cute idea. Okay, kind of. You're like, we're gonna do like across from you. So Diana, I want you to speak something really nice into Audrey, and then Audrey, you're gonna do the same for Diana, and then Tasha, Steph, Tasha, Sarah, me, Sarah, and then y'all go into each other's eyes. But like this,
We gotta
speak
do it like
some
that.
kind words into the person that's like.
This look
across from you.
crazy too.
Like, they're
No.
Can we do that at the same time so we're gonna say nothing?
No. They've been on already. Maybe I should have done a different route. It's okay. It's okay.
But it's just fun. Are we ready?
Yeah, you
I'll
can.
start. I will say, Audrey, you are literally so sweet. Honestly, one thing I picked up from you is like when someone talks to you, your face just lights up and it's so
Oh my God,
inviting.
yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
And I took that from you and I tried to like implement that. Because
Oh.
people will be
It's
talking
okay,
to me
this one's so
and I'll be looking at them like with the nastiest face and I'm like, actually, but when I talk to Audrey, her face just lights up. So I'm like, let me do that for someone else. So I genuinely, truly learned that from you. I just think you're so kind. And I had already had something planned. I was just gonna say, like, even if you don't have everything figured out right now, you're still doing a good job. And my mind is going blank, but
No, but that's so
you're
good.
literally the sweetest. You're so sweet, and I strive to be like that. You just radiate positivity.
You're You're welcome.
Honestly, I never knew that's like something I've done. I just was so excited like, to talk to you, especially when you're like my friends and my loved ones. All my loved ones like count as my friends, so being here like talking to all of you like makes me so excited. But like to backtrack on what I said about you earlier, like when I first met you, I was like excited to meet you because you seem really cool and I thought you're really pretty. And then just like over the years of getting to know you even more, I've just noticed like something really sparked in you, and I don't know what it is, but like seeing like your cute interests like with Wicked and Ariana Grande, and then even like with your Switch, I think it's like so cute.
That's just me. I'm just like now feeling comfortable enough to like.
No, exactly, and like that's something that I've noticed too. Like you're really like diving deep into like what your interests are and like getting comfortable with who you are as a person. And I can see like as you've been like doing that, your aura just like got brighter. If that makes sense. I thought that might like it too, but like yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I love you.
It's not my turn, but Audrey, I have to just double back on what Dayana said.
I've
Every
seen
time you
that,
talk, I'm like, she's interested in what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, you just light up and you like full eye contact, and I'm just like, I
No,
need to be that for
I
everything.
have to say, 'cause I remember one time we were just talking and like I was like, Audrey, and you're like, yes, and I'm like, that stuck with me. I was like, hey girl, like you are my girl, and I love that so much, and I do that now because of you, so you should know that.
I love that.
I'm not crying.
Tasha.
First of all, my first experience with Tasha, I was out till 4 a.m.
I wasn't there, but I know.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, Tasha, this you? You be outside. My girl be going all night. But on the fun side of Tasha, I would say Cabo out of town with you, girl. Like, anytime you need a hype man, hype girl, like, Tasha, I'm calling you every single time. But outside of that, one thing I truly admire about you, like, you stand on what you say. Like, it don't matter if it's to a man, what you gonna do in life, you gonna travel with your friends, whatever you say. Like, you are just such a loyal and reliable person. Like, I know I don't talk to you, like, all the time, every single day, but it's just like, I know what Tasha I'm gonna get every single time I'm around her, and you're gonna keep it real. And I just think that's just like such a great quality to have. Like, you don't fold, you don't beg for nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, I'm saying this to love, I'm not here to hurt your feelings, but I'm gonna tell you about yourself, and I mean it with love. And I also think the way you like, I don't want to say speak to men because you don't speak down to men, but I feel like you make it very clear and set boundaries where, as a woman in general, it's very hard to like say what you want to say and stand on it and like be okay with whatever decision that man is gonna walk away and stay. And I feel like I admire that so much to be like, what, you just kicking it with this man last week, and then you be like, nah, we're done. And like, but you just know like that's not what I give, and I know that's what I'm not gonna go for. So I use that as an example of a man, but like that really just embodies you as a person from my outside perspective. And I just admire just how you like just live life to the fullest, like traveling, you work, you do what you gotta do, and just like when I'm taking this trip, I'm gonna spend time with my friends. Like you didn't even need to be outside to have a good time. Like you just genuinely surround yourself with good people, and I just be like, I just love Tasha from afar. Like I'm living through her. Because I can't be out till 4 a.m. every weekend, but I'm like,
It's okay. I can't.
no, but I'm like, we had a time last night because I watched your story.
Okay.
But yeah, Tasha, I truly just, like I said, I don't say a lot to you often, but just know, like, I truly do appreciate you as a person, and just watching you, just like, I admire you, and I really learned a lot from you just by looking from the outside in.
That's so cute.
I got my
No.
I feel like Steph is literally like one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Genuinely.
Like genuinely every interaction I had with you, I'm like, damn, how does she come up with that like off rip?
She's so
like,
witty.
She is so witty.
Witty.
And I feel like people who are like witty, they are so smart.
They have to
And
be.
especially seeing how you're out, like, girl, you be outside, but you be traveling, you be with your family, a woman of God. You be outside, and you like, I think it's just so crazy to see how successful you are and how driven you are. And you're only in your mid-20s. I can only imagine like how much you're going to achieve in your life. Just seeing how you are, and girl, like, even though you're over here talking about like you can't like, you know, express your, you know, feelings and what you're going through with your friends. Like, I'm happy, and like truly from the bottom of my heart, I'm happy that you're surrounding yourself with more positive energy and people who are going to, you know, rewrite the trauma that you went through. You know, know half of them. If you call, you're gonna have a time on the phone. You might not even touch on your phone.
I know.
But honestly, I wouldn't even expect it. I feel like everything that you have going on in your life is just so locked in and locked down that every single time I see you post something, I'm like, yeah, what you doing now?
A grand opening.
And on your TikTok, every single time you're TikTok.
Diggity daggity.
What you gotta say now? Right. Yeah, honestly, like I think you're so fucking funny, and I just love watching your stories, girl.
I love this.
I second that.
Being serious.
I
Why?
keep crying.
I love that.
You do.
No, because that was so sweet.
That was
really sweet.
That was so
Girl, I watch every TikTok. I saw you in the pool.
Oh, thank you. I guess something important.
in the pool.
Your sister and her boyfriend.
Yay!
Oh yes.
I can't. We have a loyal subscriber.
No, thank you.
If I don't know, but nobody else, the women on this camp.
Okay. Like in the
Don't be there.
Done. Every time.
Every time.
I didn't story about it. I was there.
Okay.
Okay, back to the series.
It's always uncomfortable. I've watched everybody be uncomfortable when it's their turn, and now I'm like
I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just like,
uncomfortable, but like taking compliments, they're just like
Receiving.
Oh.
receiving it, not like saying it.
No, I received every word.
Okay, Pastor.
Receive. Thank you, Josh.
oh my god.
You go first.
Okay, I feel like, I don't know if it's harder that we're self-love or if it's easier. Because I feel like I could pick a million different things, but I'll pick one.
2, 3, 5. It doesn't really
All
matter.
right, this.
As long as the camera's locked and loaded.
Okay, 3, 5. Let's see. There's a million things I can say I admire about you. There's a million things I can say I'm proud about for you. And we're not gonna run back your butt a shower. There won't be tears. But one thing I'll say is that, like, I think something that we haven't touched on it as much because I feel like your mindset has changed in the past year. But that is something that I would say I'm really proud of. And like anytime I talk about you to others, I'm always like, my girl Maya, like she's doing it. Like she's out here, she's doing it. Like I see the vision, like I believe it, like I see it for you. And I feel like about a year ago, we would get on the phone sometimes and you'd be like, I'm excited about this and this and this, but what if it doesn't work? Or what if this doesn't happen? Or what if this doesn't happen? And I feel like I've seen a shift in you, maybe through prayer or just like experience and feedback that you've gotten through like people in your life, but you're just so motivated and you know that at the end of the day, like you're going to be successful. And you're like, I'm claiming it and I don't really care. Like I don't care who says what, where, when, like I'm going to do this and it's going to happen and why not me? Like, and I believe in you and I see that for you and I just feel like that's something that I've always admired because if anybody asks me a question or anything, I'm always like so proud to say like, yeah, my girl got her own business, like this is what she's doing. Like that is something that I don't have the courage to do, but like through you, it's so inspiring, it's so motivational, it's so beautiful. And also seeing how much like your village supports you. Like I think that's also really, really beautiful and it's like anytime you post, what?
No, she's teasing.
I'm locked in.
I was like, anytime you post, like, the amount of support for you and for Raji, like, it just goes to speak volumes of, like, how much, like, you guys impact other people's lives and, like, how much people love you guys and how much people support you guys. And, like, I just can't wait to see you be the version of you that you know you're going to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
But no, like it's honestly just beautiful, and I feel like you're locked in right now, and it's something that I admire. And also, I think sometimes like I know you'd be feeling bad when you're like, I can't make this because I have an event or I have a booking or whatever, and it's like I hope you know that. I think I can speak for everyone on this couch where it's like we're never gonna feel the same way. Like we support you, we love you, and we're happy that you have a booking. Like yeah, we miss you, and of course we want you there, but it's like you're doing what you need to do, and I'm really proud of you, and I love you, and
I love you too.
I can't wait to see what the next couple of years are gonna hold for you.
Aww, so
Thank you.
But like compare. Like you one thing I will say that Sarah, you. I feel like you've always been an inspiration to me, but also to others around you. Like you are the pivot queen. Like, you've gone through times in your life where like it would have broke a normal girl. Like I mean, you're first gen, you're the oldest. You've experienced so many first times by yourself, and I watch you like. You don't have anyone to call, but like, how to do this, how to do this. Like, you always figure it out yourself. And one thing I really admire about you is like, if I'm going through something that's hard, you'll see it with me. With you, you can be going through the craziest time of your life, but you're gonna show up for your friends. You're gonna smile through it, and you're not gonna let it get to you. And I just admire how like you look at life, and you're always so positive. Like anybody else will probably like, how you doing? I got this going on. You'd be like. It's not right, but we're gonna figure it out. And I just feel like that's such an admirable trait that someone can have, especially at this age. I feel like people don't learn to look at things not as they are until they are like 30. But like you're 25, figuring life out, and you're the first of us who's lived on their own, like own apartment, independent by yourself. So I'm just like, girl, you're doing the thing. And I'm just so proud of how independent you are. And just who you've become from the girl in college. I feel like the girl in what?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Like I just feel like the girl in college was like not doubtful, but just so unsure. But like the version I see you walking down, like you're so sure of yourself, and you're not stressing yourself about what isn't. You're always focused on like what is. I have this, and just showing so much gratitude. So that's what I love you. Love you.
So sweet. We are all so sweet.
We're all so sweet.
So we're all so sweet.
Are we though?
Yeah, that's you. Whole time she
Anyways, but yeah, even though everybody knows Sydney is my arch nemesis, but I will say, like, we've been friends for so long, and one thing that I love about Selena is the world could be ending. She will come in that room and bring light with her. Like, she is the biggest ball of sunshine. Like, it doesn't matter if she will come in that room and be like, hey, y'all, like, I'm having a time. Like, it's just always, like, so much positivity. It doesn't matter how bad your day is going. You're always going to find something good to, like, think about or to meditate on or whatever the case may be. And I just love that about you because times be hard, but you can never tell.
You love
Right.
me.
Okay, my turn.
You love me.
Oh my gosh, like Denai said, we've known each other for so long now. We've known each other since high school. And obviously we're very unserious together. So us having to talk about each other is so different and out of touch, but
Touch is crazy.
But no, Denai is such a real friend and a real person. What I mean by that is that we all have our own lives going on. Like, we're all very, very busy. But one thing I will say about Denai is that she'll find time out of her day to just check upon you.
Yeah.
Even if it's the most random day, even if it's not in the nicest way, she's gonna say, like, are you okay? How are you doing? And she's lived in Atlanta for some time, but like, she's really been here for me, especially during college. Like, you know, getting in a relationship my first year and stuff, like that's like when you go to college your freshman year, that's the time you're supposed to figure yourself out. Obviously me getting a relationship, that was open, but like she stuck by my side and she showed me what a true friend is. And even though we don't talk a lot nowadays, she still finds a way to just pop herself in there. And no, but
You can tell they don't talk a lot.
like compliment each other a lot. But no, I really, really love Denai because she is very, very selfless. Like, she's one of the most selfless people that I know. She says that we all have a million things going on, but she will have a million things going on, and she'll still find a way to just be that friend and check up on you. And that's something that I really appreciate. But another thing that I do admire about her is that she exudes so much confidence. It rubs off on other people. It rubs off on me. Like, she makes me feel like, oh my god, she's an it girl. Like, she has her shit straight, like she's traveling, she has her life together. It may not look like that behind the scenes, who knows, but like she will never let that show, and that's something that not everyone can do. Like you are very confident, and I want you to know that it rubs off on other people too. So
Oh,
and the outfits, they
Yeah.
down.
she's a it girl. I said comfy and cute.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, I dress
I
down.
said come
Yeah.
cute. I said come better.
I love the night as much as it looks like we don't love each other. We
They
do.
love each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Just make sure.
City of love, yeah.
Yes.
Thing one, thing two.
Thing one and thing two.
Well,
That
that was so cute.
No, dumber, dumbest.
That was so cute.
So
Everybody
sweet.
did so good. I'm so happy we got the opportunity to just pour into each other. And we gotta make it a routine, like just reaching out to your friends, pouring into them. I love the little cute stuff. Well, guys, did you guys have a good time? I had a good time.
I had a great time.
10 out of 10.
Life is mine.
I pray for friendships like this.
Oh,
like
last year
I was just gonna say that.
I love you. I think 2 years ago we did this.
Come in.
You just go
I'm like, don't leave us.
I was crying because I just didn't. It was like 2 years ago we filmed it. You
It
know
was
what I'm
my
talking
first
about? It was
video,
us four,
and it
yeah.
never got posted.
And I was boohoo crying because it was like
It was just tears.
my friends are all like Anita's in California, and I just felt so lonely. But like that is not the case today.
Oh.
I love you.
Well, guys, if you want to see us on the couch again, make sure you get this video to 10K views and 10K likes. So, like, comment, and subscribe.
And share.
See you
And
guys
hit that bell notification.
Where'd you go?